Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, Issue 1. Before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 122, and that's the show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show, and here are the exclusive comics. We got Ringside, Issue 1, Grayson, Issue 14, Postal, Issue 8, Outcast, Issue 13, Batman Arkham Knight, Robin Special, Issue 1, Jupiter Circle, Volume 2, Issue 1, Batman and Robin Eternal, Issue 8, American Vampire, Second Cycle, Issue 11, Black Magic, Issue 2, Deathstroke, Issue 12, Switch, Issue 2, Superman Wonder Woman, Issue 23, Silver Surfer, Issue 15, Wonder Woman, Issue 46, Shield, Issue 12, and Darth Vader, Issue 13. So if you want to go check out all those reviews, go to Comic Uno, episode 122, which is annotated. But let's start talking about Dark Knight, The Master Race, Issue 1. So I wasn't originally going to pick this up because I've never read the other Dark Knight stuff. I know I should have, and I will one of these days, especially the first one. Second one, not so sure. I haven't heard great stuff about that one. But I picked this up, see if it was new reader friendly. Also, I heard it was very female hero driven. So I was like, all right, let me, try it out, see what it's all about. And so I picked it up. So this was definitely a book I got on whim. So let's start talking about the cover first. I know they have a lot of variant covers. It's a pretty plain cover though. It's just, this black cover with a little white showing Batman on the cover. So let's see what's going on with the artwork. Now I know this artwork is a very similar style to the original style of artwork, but I'm not a big fan of the artwork. I know because the story is very gritty, but it's a little bit gritty, It's a little puffy, I would say. Also, the shape of everybody, even here, we get to see the detective. I don't really like her, her body looks a bit bigger than her face there. So yeah, some of the artwork I thought it's not my style, I would say. I wouldn't say it could be better because this definitely could be other people's style, but it's just not my cup of tea, the style of artwork. But let's see what's going on with story. So with this issue, it is definitely more female driven. Oh, also just to mention, my issue, they had an Adam little story in the middle, which actually did connect in the middle. So if you read it here, you would understand what's going on. It kind of connects to what's going on with Superman and Wonder Woman's daughter. So I would read it right there in the middle if you like. Or even, I guess you could read it at the end too, but I read it in the middle and it was pretty good story to have there, like an understandable story. So, yeah, the Adam story was pretty good, and I'm sure you could take it off too. It has a bookmark. I'm not going to take it out personally, but, if you want to read it that way, you can. Anyways, let's start talking about, let's start talking about the story. So we get to see a little bit of Wonder Woman having a new child, and her also fighting animals while she has this child. And even in the end, you get to see her breastfeed the child right after she has this fight. And, she doesn't have Superman around anymore. It's like, oh, where's Superman? And also, where's her daughter? Because her daughter ran off and she found out about that. And she ran off to find her father, who is in an ice cube right now. I don't know if this happened in the previous stories or not, but he's in the ice cube and she wants to get him out. And now the Batman part of the story is that we get to see this detective that looks a lot like Carrie Kelly. So I was a little, Carrie Kelly. So I was a little confused at if it was her or not. But we do find out in the end that there's still a Batman out there, even though Batman's not around. Like the real Batman, Bruce Wayne's not around. And then we find out in the end that actually is Batwoman. Because Batman technically is not around, but we see that is Carrie Kelly, who is kind of like the new Bruce Wayne here. And she was pretty badass in the issue. She was like fighting all these people like Bruce Wayne, and she's just kind of trying to carry his legacy. And that's what happens in the end. And maybe, I don't know if she dies in the end or not, but she definitely is beaten up by the end of the issue. So that's kind of what happens in the story. What did I think? Again, I think It's not new reader friendly, this book. I do think you've had to read the previous stories to kind of get the full scope of everything. So I like the story overall, though. I kept my interest. I want to read the next issue, see where it goes. I like that they introduced the characters pretty well. And, you know, what a world is without Batman, but still having this Batman. And, you know, they really play on Batman being more of this legacy than a person, and they're playing off that in this issue a lot. And I like the twist in the end. I didn't really expect Carrie Kelly to be Batman. I know she played the Robin in the original Dark Knight, series. So yeah, overall, Dark Knight 3, it didn't blow my mind, but it's still kind of a cool issue. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was pretty good, but again, it didn't blow my mind, but I think if you've read the other Dark Knight stuff, you're going to enjoy this a bit more. So, Dark Knight 3, Book 1 gets 3 stars, and also it's a pretty hefty price tag, but you are getting a lot of story. It's $6, the price tag, so you also have to kind of be wary of that. But again, I would pick up the first issue and see if it's your cup of tea. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, in the description below, there's links from my comic book, like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.